Hey, welcome. Here are 5 things that I wish someone had pulled me aside 34 years ago and said, as a new agent, Daryl, you need to be very clear on these 5 things because every agent I've seen for the last 20 years has made 1, 2, or 3 of these mistakes in their first year of business. So let's get going. Number 1, thinking you have a job. You don't have a job. You're an entrepreneur. Yes, you may have a principal or broker that owns the company and does the office meetings once a week, but you are your own boss. The second you start thinking it's a job, you're in the wrong industry. You have to believe and know in your heart you're an entrepreneur and everything you're doing is for the betterment of your own business and your future. If you want a job, if you want to quit at 5 o'clock and have the weekends, evenings, and public holidays off, forget about real estate right now. Go get a regular job because you'll be much happier. Number 2, complicating everything. This is especially true in that first 1 or 2 years because you're feeling your way a little bit and everything seems to be more involved and more complicated than what it actually is. Real estate is a super simple business. Buyer, seller, we jump in the middle, provide emotional detachment and facilitate this transaction either from the buyer's side or the seller side. We have multiple different ways we can make money within that transaction. It is a simple business and you need to understand that from day one. Do not complicate it. You need to have a schedule, you need to prospect, you need to generate leads, generate listings, generate buyers, and then put them in the houses. That's it. Keep it simple. Number 3, know when to quit. Know when to give it up, pack it in and go, real estate's not for me. Here's how you tell. If you're not willing to do what it takes, and by that I mean working evenings, working weekends, working public holidays, going on a vacation with your phone and your laptop. It means doing the things that a person in an ordinary job doesn't have to do. You have an ordinary job at 5 o'clock, forget about your job. In real estate, you can't do that. So if you're the sort of person that is not willing to work after hours, weekends, public holidays, go on vacation with your phone, you are not in the right industry and you should quit. Now, I'm not saying quit because you're not selling houses. My first year, I worked 60 hours a week. In fact, I sold 1 house. So I was encouraged not to quit because people could see I was putting in the work and the effort and I would eventually succeed. Now, that all being said, don't confuse hard work with success. Just because you work hard doesn't mean you succeed. But if you're not succeeding, are you working hard? If you're not succeeding and you're not working hard and you don't want to, get out of the business. Go get an ordinary job and be happy. Number 4, no does not mean no, at least in real estate. Everywhere else in life, yes, probably no does mean no, but in real estate, no does not mean no. So in other words, when a client says, no, I don't want to list my house, or no, we're not buying, I disregard that completely. I almost don't hear it, and then I follow up with again. My general rule was if they say no to me 3 times, I then delete them out of the file. But I never delete someone just because they said, hey, we're not selling now. I'd call those people back in a month, and I swear half the time they'd go, oh yeah, it's going to be another few months. The other half of the time is, didn't you listen last time we told you no? So no does not mean no. Get used to no not meaning no and just forge through that. Remember I talked a bit about CPR, being consistent, being persistent, and being resistant. All that comes into play when you hear a no. As a new agent, no does not mean no. Number 5, out of control emotions. Getting too high and too excited because you put a deal together and I'm going to be making 10 or 15 grand and I can't believe how good this industry is. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. In fact, I'm going to take the week off because everything's going so good. It was a great sale. And then tomorrow it falls over and you're like, I can't believe how bad this business is. It's the end of the world. I might as well go get another job. This industry sucks. I can't believe I worked so hard and nothing gets put together. I might as well just give up. In real estate, you have to avoid the highs and lows because otherwise they'll pull you off track for different reasons, obviously. But you've got to almost have some sort of emotional stability in this business. So when you have a great day, week, or month, don't get overexcited and start patting yourself on the back. And by the same token, if you have a really bad day, week, or month, don't beat yourself up and get out of the business. You know, it's part of the cycle of real estate. So you have to be what I call emotionally resilient in this industry, especially as a new agent. It's so easy to get pulled off track. I remember getting my first paycheck and the office we were in they would only pay you once a week. So they wouldn't pay you when you sold the house, you'd get paid once a week in the office meeting. I remember I'd sold a house, I can't remember how much it was for, but it was the one sale I had that year. And the check was supposed to be about $9,000 or $10,000, I think. And I was so excited hearing that. Then I get the check, not realizing that all of my office expenses would be taken out of that check for the past 6 months I'd been working. And the check ended up being like $1,800. And I was so depressed coming off that high that, oh, look at the money I'm getting now. So I learned a lot of lessons. It took me a fair while to learn to be emotionally resilient. Now I am. I still get excited and happy, but it doesn't last for a week. It's in, I'm out. Same as if I'm grumpy or miserable or get beat up, I'm in and I'm out. And that's it. They're my 5 tips for brand new agents. They're 5 things I wish someone had sat me down and had gone over them in detail and said, Daryl, just be aware of this. Don't go too high, don't go too low. No doesn't mean no. If they'd gone through that first year, probably would have been the same, but from a mental perspective, from a mental health perspective, I would have been in better shape throughout that year. So that's it. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell if you want to get notified in the next video, and that's it for now.